All right, let's get right into it. We are about to completely flip the script on how you think about proposals. We're going to go from writing hopeful requests to crafting absolutely undeniable arguments for your vision. So get ready because you're about to master the art of persuasion.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You spend weeks, maybe even months, pouring your heart and soul into the perfect document. You think this is it. It's brilliant, it's essential, and then it gets rejected. Just a single line of no. It's crushing. But what if I told you the problem wasn't your idea, but just the way you framed it?
And this is where it all begins. We have to completely reimagine what a proposal even is. See, it's not about asking for something. It's about presenting an opportunity that's so compelling, they feel like they can't afford to miss out. Let's just get this crystal clear from the get-go. A proposal is not a letter begging for help. Nope, it is, and this is the key, a document of persuasion. Your entire goal, from the first word to the last, is to convince, to prove, to make the case so powerfully that investing in your project is the only logical choice they can make. Just look at this slide. This is the fundamental power shift we're talking about. On the left, you've got the old mindset, which, let's be honest, puts you in a position of weakness. But on the right, that's the new mindset. You are repositioning yourself as the prize. You are just asking for money. That's a commodity. You are offering a unique, incredibly valuable opportunity. You're looking for a partner, not a savior. So how do you actually build this persuasive case? Well, it all starts right here, at what I'd call the intellectual and emotional core of your proposal, the statement of need. This is where you lay the foundation for your entire argument. This quote really nails it. A strong proposal never says, hey, we need money to do this project. Instead, it starts with the problem, the real negative impact on actual people. The focus has to shift away from their organization's needs and onto the needs of the people you're trying to serve. Okay, now this slide shows us how to sidestep a really common trap. Circular logic. Saying, we need a shelter because we don't have one is so weak, right? It's basically defining the problem as the absence of your solution. The trick is to state the real problem first. Domestic violence is increasing. That's the problem. And guess what? Your project, the shelter, suddenly becomes the clear, obvious, and necessary solution. And to make that statement of need truly undeniable, you've got to weave together a few key things. You always want to connect your project to what the funder actually cares about. Back up your claims with hard data, but, and this is so important, you also have to humanize it with real stories. Get specific about who you're helping. That's what ties it all together. Okay, so you've established the emotional core with your statement of need. You've hooked them. Now you have to back it all up with undeniable proof. This is how you build a case that isn't just moving, but is also rock solid and credible. First, you anchor your argument in fact. A number like this, over 350,000, it's just staggering. It's impossible to ignore. It grounds the problem in a massive, verifiable reality. But a number that big can also feel kind of distant, almost abstract, you know? And then you make it personal. You follow up that staggering statistic with a story that just pierces the heart. This quote doesn't just tell us about a tsunami, it makes us feel the impossible choice one mother had to make. And that right there, that's the balance you're aiming for. Powerful facts paired with unforgettable human stories. So to sum it up, your evidence toolkit is really a mix of these powerful elements. You document your case with hard data, specific statistics, you show the problem in action with real-world case studies, and then you give it an authentic human voice with direct testimony from the people affected. All right, so your proposal is written. It's persuasive, it's packed with evidence. But the process isn't over, not even close. Now we get to the final stage, the human interaction. And there are some psychological triggers you can use to shift the entire dynamic in your favor. This right here, it's one of the most powerful and honestly underused tools in any negotiation. After you've made your point, or you've asked a really key question like, so how do you see yourselves adding value to this? You stop talking. Just be silent. I know it can feel awkward, but that silence forces the other person to step in, to think, and to become way more invested in actually finding a solution with you. This quote is everything. It's the whole mindset shift. I want you to say this to yourself before every single meeting. You are the prize. They have the money, sure, but that's a commodity. There are lots of places to get money, but there is only one you and only one of your project. Believing this changes the entire game. So how do you actually put this into practice? Well, first, you create scarcity. You explain why this has to happen now. Second, you flip the script. Instead of just pitching them, you ask them to pitch you. Beyond the check, what value are you bringing to this partnership? And finally, you project that quiet confidence. You're not desperate for cash. You are carefully selecting the perfect partner to join you on your mission. And really, that's the bottom line. A masterfully crafted proposal, when you combine it with this confident mindset, it doesn't just ask for support. It inspires a competition to be part of the amazing thing you're building. So the question is, how are you going to frame it? The choice is entirely yours.